What's up, y'all? Cliff Williams from Not Gospel here, and this is starting our Betterment series. We're going to be talking about authoring your future. So authoring your future, what is it? It's a concept that I've heard a lot of big thinkers, I've heard a lot of influencers talk about. Authoring your future, essentially, what it looks like is picking a point in time ahead of time, say 6 months from now, say a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years, whatever it is, picking out a point in the future and thinking about very clearly and specifically where you want to be. What does future you want to have accomplished? What do you want your friend circle to look like? How do you want to look physically? What do you want to know? What do you want to have done? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to be healthier? That's what authoring your future is all about. And I've spoken to a lot of people off and on in casual conversation about this concept, about authoring your future. And the common thread that I've found all the time is this. No one that I've talked to about this comes back at me and says, Cliff, I want to be less emotionally developed in the future. I want to have a worse friend group in the future. I want to be making way less money in the future. I want to have traveled less. I want to be in way less physical shape. I want to look bad. I want to feel bad. No one says that. Every time, no matter what point in their future they've picked, they say the same things. I want to be better at this, at that, at this, at that. So how do you get there? Well, there's all kinds of self-help stuff that says things like add this to your diet, drink more water, or work out more, go to the gym, get a gym membership, read 30 minutes a day, get more sleep. All of that's good stuff. But what I found is also common in all these circumstances with all these people I've talked to is that they feel like they have no time to add anything to their schedule or add anything else to their life. So what do? If you got no time, but you're not getting close to your goals for the future, what do? Well, the first step in authoring your future, the most beneficial step, is taking time, sitting down and writing that goal out on a piece of paper, whatever it is. So I challenge you to get at a blackboard, at a notebook, whatever it is, and right at the top, write this goal for yourself. 5 years from now, I want to be doing this. I want to have this. I want to blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, write it down on that board. Then beneath that goal, draw a big line right down the middle of the page. On one side, in one column, write down every habit that you currently do, every habit in your daily life that gets you closer to that goal, whatever it is. Write down all those habits. Think about how much time a day you spend engaging in those habits. Then on the other side, when you're done with that, write down all of the habits, all of the activities that you do in your daily life that don't get you any closer to that goal. These are what we call toxic habits or toxic behaviors. And the first step that I've found in authoring your future is identifying toxic behaviors, toxic habits. So how do you get more time? It's very simple to get more time when you start identifying toxic habits, habits that don't get you closer to your goals. Because the first thing you can do, and the first thing that I found, is that you'll notice you spend way more time, typically, on these toxic behaviors, on these toxic habits, than you do on the positive ones. So all of these hours that you spend vegging out on Instagram or social media, that you spend watching television, that you spend whatever it is, griping and complaining about the politics of our country, whatever it is, all the time that you spend on the phone talking to a really, really negative person, whatever these toxic habits are, you identify them. You see how much time you spend wasted on these toxic habits. If you turn that time, you just eliminate those toxic habits, turn that and use that time on all these positive habits, the habits that are going to take you closer to goal, and then start adding new habits that push you towards that goal, whatever it is. And you'll drastically improve your chances of getting to that goal. For me personally, a toxic habit that I had, and I still deal with it. I'm a gamer. I really enjoy vegging out to some video games. I'll just be honest. When it comes to that, I am a 37-year-old child. I love video games. But competitive video games have become a toxic thing in my life. There's something that I would stay up till 1, 2 a.m. if I've got a group of friends. We want to go out and pwn noobs or whatever they say as the lingo. I would love it. I'd get in there, chat with my guys, stay up way too late for a competitive video game. So this past week, what have I done? I've assessed that playing competitive video games aren't getting me any closer to my future goals. My goals for the future, in 5 years, I want to be a better husband, a better father. I want to be more pushed further along in my career. I want to have written several of the books that I've done. I want to start and invest in new projects with my friends. I want to be more emotionally centered with my friend group. None of this happens through competitive games. So this past week, I've taken and decided that I was going to fast from competitive gaming. And I've spent that time that I was going to be competitive gaming. I've spent it reading. I've spent it praying, meditating. I've spent it with my family, with my friends. And every time that I replaced this toxic activity with something that was pushing me closer to my goal, I did not regret the time. And I didn't miss the competitive games. That's not to say that, sometime I'm probably not going to veg out every now and again to a competitive game with my friends. It's not to say that you can't every now and again and invest time in some of these less than positive habits. But when you start removing them from your life and you start adding them back in at very small increments, you find that you've carved out more than enough time to start positively moving in the direction towards your goal. Try this out in your own life. See if it works for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share with me posts about what you found in your life or toxic habits or some positive habits that you have that are going to push you to your goals. What are your goals? Write down in the comments what your goals are for yourself. We want to encourage you to get there and keep being awesome because that's how He made you.